Hello everybody, what's up? CaptainTurbo here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. Now, as you can see here, we're back at the beginning of the Luna sub something. We'll find out in a second. The reason I did this is it turned out I was only like 2 floors down or something like that at the end of the last part, and I have gone through the entire cave practically at this point because, quite honestly, I got lost at one point and it didn't exactly go great. So I got lost for a good hour. I couldn't get past like the second or third floor, and then after that it ended up being a lot longer than I expected. So I spent a good 2.5 hours roughly just getting through this one last dungeon. It makes sense, it is the final dungeon after all, but yeah, this would not have worked with me trying to do this live. So yeah, unfortunately, well, what I can tell you right now is the game is finished. I have completed it. You've got this and one more part afterwards. But yeah, sadly that meant I had to do the rest of the game post commentary. But you know what? We're gonna try and enjoy. We're gonna try and enjoy ourselves, guys. And you know what? I'm just gonna close the fucking window because all I can hear is the kids screaming because we have a school close by. Fuck that. So yeah, the majority of this part for now is going to be just us getting through the wilderness, subterraneans? Subterraneans? That's a weird word. Yeah, this is where I got confused here. As you can see, this path here, I did know this path because I went and got the chest, but I didn't know you could go straight up, so I got confused there, and I kept going round and around, and eventually I had to actually look up online where I'm supposed to go, because I'm going to be completely honest here, guys. I could not for the life of me remember the layout of this place at all, so, well, apart from the last couple floors, which is pretty easy to remember, but the first couple floors, no, didn't have a clue, which is why, like I said, I spent about 2.5 hours, plus I didn't actually run away from many enemy encounters. As you can see here, I am really high leveled. I'm not even trying with these guys. I am just on auto battle for all of these things now. But I did want to showcase enemies and stuff you'll find here, so I did leave the stuff in for pretty much every battle. I don't think I edited a single one out. You know, it might sound a little bit boring, but you know, this is the second to last part, so you may as well see what you're going to be encountering in the last area of the game. I should also point out I have completed, I'd say about 90% of the entire Luna Subterraneans. I haven't completed everything. I didn't get every single chest. There was a couple that I missed, but for the most part I was able to get everything on every floor. I was able to 100% every map almost, minus about 2 or 3 floors I think, and there's like 11 floors, so there's quite a lot here. Yeah, the first couple floors until you get to like maybe level 7 or something, you'll just keep encountering the same enemies that you were encountering earlier. So for the first few floors, they're pretty much the same. You get the dragons, you get the mage. Again, I apologize for not being able to remember their names. You know, you get the gold, silver dragon, you get the mages. You'll get there's a couple other encounters you can get as well. And I apologize for keep bringing up the map here. Oh yeah, you get this bone dragon as well. But I will admit, I played... another reason I did the game post-commentary is because I was actually going to do this live a couple days ago, and something happened. It put me in a really bad mood, and I didn't want to do anything related to commentary. I wasn't in the mood for it, and you know what, quite honestly, again, I'm glad I didn't, because it would have been reaching 30 parts for me to get through this. You know, unless I tried to avoid everything, you know, try to avoid getting as much as I can. Another dragon type enemy here. These guys are actually a bit more difficult than everything else we've faced so far down here. These things will hit you, and obviously they cast Doom or something, or at least something similar to Doom, because that counter will begin ticking down. And if it goes to 0, obviously it's instant death. They have a little bit more HP than most of the enemies with the counters as well, but thankfully at this point, you don't even have to worry about actually fighting him. Have auto battle on, and you should be good actually. With auto battle and draw attacks on Cecil, with his counter ability, I am pretty much fine, to be honest. You know, the only battle I remember actually having to fight was the final boss, so... And even that ended up being a lot easier than I expected it to be. Oh, these guys actually can do some damage. You can still get away with just using auto battle here, especially at this stage of the game if you're at roughly the same levels and stuff as me. But you will have to heal up at the end of this, because this thing will counter most physical attacks. He also has a couple of elemental abilities. He has things like flamethrower and stuff like that. So be really fucking careful with this guy. You know, I think you may have seen him in the Giant of Babil. I'm not sure. I think I had I think this is what I encountered every time he was a siren in there, from what I recall. But yeah, these things actually give quite a decent amount of EXP if I recall. And I will probably, I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but I will be expecting a visitor very soon. It's just one of my aunts is coming to pick something up, so I may have to disappear. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to edit around that. Oh, and if you're wondering the date, it is currently the 7th of December 2016. And I can't wait for this fucking year to be over with already. It's been a shit year. Unfortunately, guys, there's really not a whole lot to say. I mean, you've seen pretty much every encounter so far has been a little bit different. I mean, we had the mage here earlier, but now there's 3 other fuckers. I can't remember if I tried to run away from this one or not. No, apparently I don't think no, apparently I didn't. But you know, even with me just going through here, knowing pretty much the path, not opening boxes and going off on other directions to get other chests, sorry. This still took me a good, I want to say about 20 minutes to get to the end. And again, that's knowing the path at this point and everything else I just mentioned, so... One more to go. Yeah, sorry if I don't sound exactly excited and stuff. I am happy that the game's finally done, don't get me wrong. It's nice to actually have done a fairly decent job of the Final Fantasy game, finally. I'll go more into that though, obviously, when we get like to final thoughts and all that for now. But yeah, make sure you have some ethers or something, because believe it or not, I believe there's only one save point in this entire fucking dungeon. That really pissed me off. And unfortunately, it's not like it's even right at the end or near the beginning. It's sort of in the middle. This place definitely a maze-ish. I mean, well, okay, a maze is putting it lightly, a bit too strong. There's definitely multiple paths to take here and stuff like that. Definitely a lot that you can find here. Definitely a lot of item pickups, but you've got a lot of monster in boxes, or is it monster in chests? I can't remember. So you're gonna have to fight quite a lot of those things if you want to open up all the chests. And we get another Megazord ripoff here. Unfortunately, these also end up being probably some of the longer fights is against these mechs. I'm not actually sure what their names are, I'm afraid to say. Yeah, for now, these next 2 parts, this and the next one, this is probably the last thing I'm going to do for 2016, unless I have a bit of free time. You know, I'm going to focus and try and get some more stuff recorded for the LPA, because we are lagging a little bit behind on that now. And I've got plenty to work with, because... yeah, I'm putting the map up here to show you how you're supposed to get around this part, because unfortunately being in the dark can be a bitch. We need some more multiplayer stuff and commentary stuff. Hopefully we are setting something up with that. But my own personal channel here, with it only being once a week, that means I now have footage up until the beginning, around the middle of next year actually. I have this, I have both 48 and 49 recorded as well. You know, and I already know what number 50 is going to be at this point, so... Oh, speaking of games, I actually played Shovel Knight for the first time the other day. I actually really enjoyed it. I haven't beaten it yet, but I don't like the, why am I even talking about Shovel Knight? But it's a good game. Go play it if you've never played it. And I hope that's not going to pick up on the microphone. My stomach is making some really weird noises. Alright, another Skull Dragon encounter. I don't fucking know. This one, I think it's supposed to be a fire elemental or something like that. At least that's what I get from the color scheme. Unfortunately, we're not going to really see its attacks or anything like that. You know, for starters, it's even weaker to the Excalibur than the blue one was, so... Now, we're already at floor 6 now, so we're doing okay, but we still got like 5 floors to go. And unfortunately the floors get longer as well. Not so much bigger, but longer, if I can put it that way. And we're encountering the 2 dragons again. And unfortunately I didn't actually heal up after the last encounter, a couple of encounters, so yeah, Cecil's pretty low on health here. I don't know if I end up losing him at any point. But I think I've got like a couple Phoenix Downs left, but even if I don't, I've still got Rosa's up and alive, so she can use Raise if need be. I will point out though, as I've already mentioned, make sure you come here with a couple Ethers. Actually, I wouldn't even bother stocking up on cottages and stuff like that, because as I mentioned, there's only one save point here. So yeah, Ethers and Dry Ethers, definitely make sure you've got plenty of those. Actually, get a bunch of Phoenix Downs as well. I had the problem of not actually... I think I only have like 2 or 3 left at this point. As I mentioned, I've already cleared everything out. You get some decent equipment here. I wouldn't say it's anything fantastic. But usually it's better than stuff you can buy in stores, obviously. But is it worth going out your way? Probably not. I did actually come across a lot of elixir in the last couple of floors. Unfortunately, I still only have 1 mega elixir, which is a bit of a pain. Of course, Swords Women. To be honest, I'm surprised they even bothered putting these ones in the final dungeon here, because they're not that powerful, especially at this point in the game. I mean, obviously earlier when you were on the moon, we were a bit lower level and stuff, so a bit more of a threat. But oh, this is the floor with the 1 save point. I think I end up showing it off, so you're gonna see it regardless. But yeah, this is the only place in this entire part that you can save. And it's like I say, it's floor 7, I think. Maybe floor 8, I'm not sure, I'll have to check in a moment. It's definitely just sort of in between with no real rhyme or reason. It would be nice to have a save point right at the end as well. And Pikachu would be proud. I apologize, guys. I probably should have edited a couple of battles out, but I kind of wanted to show just, you know, the type of enemies you'll be encountering. You know, I don't know. I just felt it would be a good idea for some reason to leave all the encounters in for this place. Kind of just to show you guys what you'll be going up against here. Yeah, the first door here that you're going to come across, this is the save point. The second one doesn't have anything, and I'll go more into this in a moment because obviously we've got another encounter, so... We got the Black Eye Skull Dragon here. Sounds like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. Actually, there probably is one called that. dragon. You got red eyes, black dragon. You got the blue eyes, white dragon, stuff like that. No reason you can't have a black eye skull dragon. And Iridia level 82. Obviously at this point, Cecil, even if he does get a level up, all he's going to gain is a slight increase to his HP now. And this is a save point. There is a chest a bit further up as well. I think it's actually got an enemy in it, maybe. But yeah, I've got like 17 cottages here, but unfortunately, as I mentioned, this is the only place you can actually use them in this dungeon, so... I think I ended up saving as well. So yeah, as you can see, I've put in over 22 hours in this point. In fact, by the end of the game, it's roughly 23 hours I spent altogether. Actually, a lot less than my original playthrough on the DS, but that room there has nothing in it. This is the only room I didn't actually do, was that one there. There's 2 chests in there, but unfortunately there's an encounter with a dragon that unfortunately uses bad breath right at the fucking beginning of the fucking fight, and it's a pain in the ass. It doesn't actually do much else. It's actually quite a fucking weak enemy. But bad breath is such a pain in the ass to deal with that I just couldn't be arsed at the end of the day. So yeah, be careful as you go into the 3rd room. And apparently I'm trying to run away here, and I did. I know at some point I did start running away from encounters. I think I bring up a map here, do I? Yeah, because here, I thought that was the exit there, but no, the exit's right here. As you can see, we actually have a slight difference now in design. We're actually more in the crystallized state of the cave, and this is where enemies start getting a little bit tougher, from what I recall. Yeah, you have behemoths right here. These fuckers are a pain, more as in... no more so than they were earlier, but they're gonna hurt you. Unfortunately, they do actually give you a decent amount of experience though, so it might not be a bad idea to fight them if you're a little bit under level at this point. Unfortunately, I think for the next floor to... yeah, I'm not answering it. Every time I do commentary, guys, I get a phone call, but it's not going to be for me, so I'm not answering the damn thing. They'll stop ringing in a moment. I believe this entire floor is nothing but behemoths. I don't think I came across a single other encounter here. And the phone stopped ringing. Hooray. Can't remember why I stalled here. I think we've got like 2 floors left. Unfortunately, because I'm bringing up the map, it's cancelling out the thing. Oh, these guys, there's 2 versions of these guys. This one uses Reflect on both himself and your party. This one's actually pretty easy to deal with, so I would recommend just waylaying him with physical attacks. The other one uses something called the laser barrage, I believe. That one can definitely be a little bit more tricky, but at this point where with the level I'm at, it's nothing really to worry about. But the one that uses Reflect, it does actually a decent amount of damage. We also have the fucking fire dragon here that will use thermal rays. Actually does quite a bit of damage as well, as you can see there. The only one that didn't take much was Cecil. And unfortunately it's a fast fucker as well. As you can see, it's made short work of my team there. Definitely one of the more dangerous encounters you're going to come across in here. I'm not sure which one this is. I'll know in a minute if it uses Reflect. Ah, this is the other one. This is the one that uses Laser Barrage, as I said. It does a decent amount of damage from what I remember. Yeah, about 1500 per character. Unfortunately, I wish I could tell my past self to stop fucking bringing up the map straight away because it's stopping the floor number from coming up. This has got to be like floor 10 or something. And we still come across behemoths. Again, I'm not going to be fighting many of the... I don't think I fight any of the enemies over the last couple of floors, just because the fights actually take quite a while to beat. Unless you're using strategy, of course, but I'm just using auto battle and waylaying, just walloping everything into submission at this point. But yeah, we're over 20 minutes now, and we're still going through this final place, and that's with me doing the direct route as well. Yeah, this is the final floor, I believe, at least the last one story-wise, I believe. These guys, I'm not sure what the deal is. They will use Libra, which is essentially what shows your weakness and stuff. You can use this on the enemies as well. I don't know if this affects the final boss or not, because he says must tell Zemus or Zemus, whatever. I don't know if it actually affects the final boss at all. I've heard a rumor that it does, but I'm not personally too sure about that. You also get these purple variations of it as well. I don't think this one actually does liberate. This one just essentially wants to fight. But you can kill both of them. I actually think, if I recall, they give decent EXP actually. But yeah, I think these are the last two new enemies that you'll see in the game. Actually, I tell a lie, there's another one you didn't see. It's the Big Eye. It's essentially like the one from like Final Fantasy 1 and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think I got it on the recording. I got it while I was unlocking everything off screen. So yeah, there's that enemy as well. That's the only other one I can think of that you guys haven't seen. You might have seen it in the previous part, but you haven't seen it in this dungeon is what I mean. And I like the fact you've got the core right there. That's pretty cool. We've got one more purple fucker. I like the thing out of Watchmen, except it's fucking purple instead of blue. I can't remember the character's name. It's been years since I've seen the film, so. Also, a lot of the cutscenes that are coming up are going to be actually voice acted, so I'm not going to be saying much during them. If anything, actually. Yeah, I pause again. I pressed pause there because I actually stopped recording there because I didn't know how long cutscenes and on the boss would take me, so I didn't want the game to like desync audio wise, which is why I stopped recording and just put them together essentially in the editing software. And I don't know why I'm explaining that. I just got nothing else to say. But yeah, this is the last floor. This is floor 12. There's nothing to unlock here. Just head up the stairs. The first thing I do before I actually do that though is I actually turn the battle speed down because I know the only encounter here is a boss. I don't know why I paused here either, but never mind. There we go.
Golbez, Fusoya.
I have no control over this battle, by the way. This is pure cutscene, so let's see what happens. These two will basically battle Zemus, whatever. I don't know what to say here. I mean, this is basically showcasing spells and stuff you can use against this thing. It's nearly done. Give your power to Meteor! Very well. Yes, use all your strength. And they're gonna cast Twin Meteor, which is pretty fucking awesome, by the way. But I will be honest here, I think the... Oh, Jesus Christ, that was powerful. Even with this mortal shell, I can't... My spirit will live on. I can't sadly speak that fucking quick with doing the voice. But yeah, that's pretty much that cutscene dealt with. Hey, they've beaten in the bad guy, game's over. I guess there really wasn't a part 25 after all. Boom.
We did it.
What a waste. Such incredible power, and all of it warped to evil ends.
Hey!
Oh, you've come.
Looks like we were too late. You were supposed to leave him for me.
Cecil.
Okay, so it's Zemus then. So yeah, Zemus evolved into Zeramus. And again, I have no control over this, I'm afraid. Actually, that's pretty much true for the rest of this part. I have no control over the characters or anything like that. But as you can probably tell from the time left here, I don't actually do the boss fight. You know, I pretty much cut it right before the boss fight starts. But yeah, this is basically telling you what to do once you do fight the boss. You want to use the crystal in order to change him, but unfortunately, Golbez treads the path of darkness, naughty naughty. So yeah. And this thing's now going to use Meteor on these two. I would have thought these two had more HP than this. Well, they were fucking useless. And actually, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because I have it's all cutscene from here. So later, guys.
Elder! Cecil and the others!
Indeed.
Now is the time we pray for them. No, for the entire world. Hallam, Olam, we must see that all the prayers made here reach Cecil and his friends on the moon.
Cecil, my friend.
This is your chance. Please have
Unlike me.
We'll all be waiting for you.
Return safe. For the sake of the whole earth.
Rise up! Our prayers are with you. Come on, you can do it! Cecil! Everyone!
Great moon. Please, hear our prayers.
Brother.
Cecil, it must be you.
Zeromus. This is the end for you, not us.